The most important phase of a man's life is between his 20s and his 30s. During this time, you become an adult. For some, it means moving away from home, starting your career, and experiencing life-changing events. Things that happen during this time either change you from a boy into a man, or forever make you a victim to your circumstances. If you're wise enough to use this time, you essentially set yourself up for your 30s and for life. As a man, especially if you're in your 20s, consider it your duty to accomplish the 7 things we're about to discuss shortly before you turn 30. Make it your mission to achieve them no matter what, and cut out all distractions that move you away from this mission. Remember, young men who achieve their goals before they hit 30 are acknowledged by everyone. This doesn't mean that you need to turn yourself into a big-time hustler and go out on a hunting spree like Alexander the Great, who conquered the throne before 18. But always keep your purpose in front of you. The reason most men struggle in their 30s is because they never took advantage of this golden phase. With that said, let's discuss those 7 things you need to accomplish before 30. Number 1. Understand your worth and your strengths. The greatest lesson you will ever learn is speaking up for yourself. You may find it hard to stand against the bullies and know your worth, and it may not come to you naturally. Why? Simple. Because from childhood you were taught not to take immediate action. What happened when you were pushed down in school? Go and report it to the teacher, right? These patterns, when repeated over and over, become so far engraved in your subconscious that you begin to rely on others to protect you. This is one of the greatest mistakes that you can make as a man. No matter what society may have you believing, no one is coming to save you. As you mature toward your 30s, the men, women, and children around you will look to you for protection, especially if you have built yourself up to that standard. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone to advocate for yourself. To do this, start by understanding your values. We all have skills and strengths that make us unique. Our strengths help us acknowledge our weaknesses and overcome them. If you know your strengths and use them properly, you will always come out strong. For some men, their strength might be that they carry charisma. For others, it might be leadership. And for others, it might be correct judgment or the ability to pick up on small details. Whatever these strengths are, polish and craft them towards perfection. And whatever your weaknesses are, fix them. Number 2, savings. Your responsibilities will increase with age. That means a lot of things can go wrong. You might lose your job or vehicle. There may be emergency home repairs that you need to take care of. With more responsibilities to take care of, you are less likely to be able to start putting money aside. But as the saying goes, these responsibilities are what make you a man. We always say on this channel, avoid responsibilities and you avoid manhood altogether. But be prepared to take on these responsibilities. Be prepared for when shit hits the fan. You never know when a loved one will be taken to the hospital and you need to pay the hospital bill, or an emergency hits. Make a savings account that you never touch. Only use it for emergencies, and start saving from your 20s for better accommodation in your 30s. Try to have at least 12 months worth of expenses covered in that account. Of course, this will take time, but have a plan. For example, you might say, okay, 30% of all my income will be transferred into this savings account. At the very least, have enough money to accommodate yourself and your family for 3 to 6 months. Not just an emergency account, but planning for your retirement as well. You might say, what, I'm still in my 20s. But the sooner you plan for retirement, the better off you will be down the road. Suppose you start at age 25 and save $3,000 a year in a tax-deferred retirement account for 10 years. And then you stop saving completely. By the time you reach 65, your $30,000 investment will have grown to more than $338,000, assuming a 7% annual return, even though you didn't contribute a dime since age 35. So be smart with your income. Write down an exact plan of how much of your income is sent into retirement funds or emergency funds. And put an exact limit on the amount of money you spend for eating outside or entertainment. Number 3, take control of your schedule. Like we discussed before, the greatest reasons why men never take things under control by their 30s mostly comes down to the fact that they wasted their 20s. Especially today where social media runs the world, master your attention. It's a currency that is priceless. Your time is precious and should not be wasted. Just like savings, map out your day. Have an exact plan of when you will wake up in the morning, how many hours you will spend on your side hustle or business, how many hours you'll spend on entertainment, and when you'll go to sleep. With each passing day, you'll notice yourself tick each task off one by one. Imagine where that gets you by 30. If you stay consistent for 5 to 10 years, you'll reach a point that being consistent is a part of your habit by default. Number 4, prioritize mental health. Learn to prioritize your mental health before you turn 30 and stop living in the past. When you hold on to the things that you regret doing in the past, you are living with only memories. Here's a quote that I want you to listen to and truly understand the meaning of. Close your eyes and listen to this. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift of God, and that is why we call it the present. Holding a grudge against yourself for a past mistake will only slow you down. Instead, learn from your mistakes and don't dwell on your failures. This also applies to everyone around you. Forgive them and don't hold a grudge in your heart. If you're able to forgive yourself, then you can forgive them. As a young man, aim to morph yourself into the person who your 8-year-old self would look up to and your 80-year-old self would be proud of. Number 5, get comfortable receiving and giving feedback. One of the biggest reasons why not only men, but people in general don't grow in life comes down to one single concept. They take everything too personally. Society today has become so self-obsessed that every little advice or correction given to them is taken as a direct assault. Avoid the urge to become like them. Instead of taking criticism or feedback to heart, use that information to help you grow personally and professionally. Likewise, give feedback to others without being too harsh, and have a sense of love attached to that advice. This is what you call giving respect and taking respect. Number 6, learn how to delegate. You are not Superman. Period. As more responsibilities enter your life, the only way to be not weighed down by them is to delegate them. Think of a business. Does the CEO of the company answer all the emails and talk to every customer? No. The only reason a business doesn't collapse under the sheer burden of its responsibilities is because they delegate their work. Learn to do the same. Don't waste your time on tasks that you either aren't skilled at or don't have the desire to do. Learn how to delegate so that others can help carry that workload. For example, if you can't stand bookkeeping, then outsource that task to a freelancer or a person who is willing to do the work. And finally, number 7, build your network and side business. If you want to become successful, start to build your network. Start working on your networking skills and don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way. Always remember, it's not what you know, but who you know. And networking with other high-value individuals is one of the greatest ways to break into new markets. By the way, don't forget to show some love. Tap that subscribe button and hit the like for the algorithm. To see the next best way to level up as a man, watch these videos here.